I was once in a situation where I ended up in hypothermic shock and had to be rescued. I can tell you some tips that I've learned along the way to help you stay out of that situation. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gordon and we're talking about cold weather preparedness today. It's getting to be that time of year where temperatures are dipping below freezing at night on a consistent basis. And if you're staying out at night, you need to know some of these things. Okay, so tip number one is that you need to have your clothes in layers. I like to dress in at least 3 layers: a wicking layer, a trapping layer, and a blocking layer. And the wicking layer needs to be something other than cotton. There's an old saying that says cotton kills, and that can be true. Cotton can store up to 27 times its own weight in water, and it takes 8 times longer than other fabrics to actually dry. So you do not want to wear cotton in cold temperatures, because the minute you start to sweat, if you get wet in any way, there's zero insulation power in that piece of fabric. You definitely want to wear like nylons and synthetics for your base layer. It's going to wick the moisture away from your body. And then the second layer you want to have on you is a trapping layer. That's going to be like a mid layer, a puffy, a merino wool overshirt. That's going to help keep you warm, keep your core warm. The third layer is a blocking layer. That's going to be like your hard shell, like your rain poncho, or a jacket that's going to repel wind and water. Another really important cold weather survival tip is to stay ahead of the cold. Don't let yourself get too cold to begin with. There's lots of ways that you can prevent this. One of them is to get or stay dry. Get out of the elements so that you can stay dry. If your clothes are wet, find a way to wring them out, dry them out. If you need extra insulation while you're out, find some dry leaves, stuff your clothes with the dry leaves. Don't wait to use those hand warmers you have in your bag. If you're feeling yourself getting chilled, break those things out. You can put them on your torso, underneath your armpits. That's a great place to keep your core warm. One myth that is like very hotly debated is that you should not drink snow or eat snow because it will cool your core body temperature down and you'll get hypothermia much faster. And there's a part of that that's true. You really shouldn't just eat snow. Because it'll hit your stomach and it will cool down your core body temperature. But you can suck on snow to get the hydration from it slowly. You will lose calories, but you will not lose as many calories as you think, and it will be more beneficial that you're getting that hydration. Because really, when you're under stress and when you're in a cold situation, you need a lot of water to stay hydrated. And if you don't have any water or means to melt water, then by all means, suck on some snow and you'll lose some calories, but you will be better off because you'll be staying hydrated. Another myth that I hear a lot is that when you're in a survival situation and it's cold, you should drink alcohol because it will warm up your core temperature and keep you warm. And although you'll feel warm, it's gonna dilate your blood vessels. It's gonna open up your blood vessels, and you're gonna actually lose a lot of heat from your core. Because when your body gets cold, your body actually shuts down some of your extremities. It constricts the blood vessels so that you're not losing heat from your extremities. It tries to preserve your life by keeping all the warmth into your core. When you drink alcohol, although you might feel warmer, you're actually losing heat and you could be putting yourself at risk of hypothermia. Another thing you can do is just making sure you're eating the right things to help your metabolism stay on track to combat cold weather. So that means avoid alcohol, avoid caffeinated drinks. You should be drinking broths, warm, sweet drinks, things with ginger in them, chili peppers. These are things that will, kickstart your metabolism and keep your core temperature warmer. Eat lots of lentils and nuts. If you really want to dive deep into a very interesting topic, look up water thermogenesis. Thermogenesis is the process of heat production in organisms and how your body reacts to intake of water or other substances that are colder or warmer than your body. As I mentioned before, I was in a situation where I had to be rescued from hypothermic shock, and I know firsthand a lot of those symptoms. They come on really slowly, and you just kind of don't even feel yourself entering those new stages in hypothermia. But if you do recognize that you are in a hypothermic state or becoming hypothermic, there's a few things you need to do right away. Hot water under your armpits hand warmers, get out of the elements, get out of the wind, shelter yourself. Really big one is to insulate yourself from the ground. So the ground itself can just sap all kinds of energy from you and make you very cold. So insulate yourself from the ground by putting a layer of debris, sticks, insulation. Just get yourself up off the ground. And the biggest one is do not sleep. Do not let yourself fall asleep, because one of the stages in hypothermia is that you start to get really drowsy, and all you want to do is just sleep. You feel like if you could just sleep, you'll feel better. Don't let yourself sleep. That is one of the final stages right there, and you'll actually just go to sleep and die. Stay awake, work, get a fire going, get yourself warmer, fight. Another cold weather myth is that you should not feed a victim of hypothermia any food, because they might, like vomit and choke on their vomit or whatever. But actually, in fact, you can actually feed hypothermia victims a little bit of high calorie food, and it'll help them get their metabolism back up and running again. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me, and we'll see you later.